Either the word Trinity or Tawheed appeared in the New Testament or the Quran, and that it was both developed after, like for example, in the Hadiths, the word.
But would you accept that Tawheed is explicitly mentioned in the Quran, in doctrinally, but Trinity as we understand it today, not only is it not mentioned in the Bible, like clearly, but it wasn't understood the way it's understood today by the early church fathers as well.
I would say that it wasn't appeared as like the definition.
I'll give you an example. What's your understanding of what Trinity is? Define it.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, both codependent, co-eternal, coexistent.
And
Sorry?
and there's one other thing.
Codependent, coexistent, and co-eternal. Am I missing one?
Yeah, and that's it's a distinguishing factor between heretical Christians and non-heretical Christians.
What, three persons?
Yes, that's
yeah,
the one.
sorry.
Yeah. Because that is a deciding factor. So you accept the fact that this is not there in the Bible.
I accept the definition of it isn't there, but by interpretation of the scriptures, it can. That's the conclusion which it comes to.
Let's just say I grant you that Trinity is there. Do you believe that Trinity is logically coherent, or do you believe we have to accept it as some sort of mystery independent of logic?
I believe it's the best understanding we have of a loving God, because you can't have a loving God before
No, but I've
creation.
said my question is a bit more specific than that. It's more to do with the logical aspect. It's fine, you might say that, you know what, this is what the church fathers have come up with and formulated. I'm granting you all of that. You don't have to worry about all of that. What I'm saying is, do you believe it to be logically coherent?
Well, in trying to understand God,
No, Trinity in itself, the way it explains the relation of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, is it coherent according to the logical principles that we know?
I believe it does, but we can't apply the same logic of worldly things to God, because God does not operate under the same laws that we do.
So you're saying logic, but a different logic.
I say that God doesn't follow the laws, I guess, that we do. He's outside of, how do I say this?
So when I'm asking, is the Trinity
Yep.
logically coherent? That means I'm asking, does it fit in, or does it correspond with the essential laws of logic as we know it? Yes or no?
Yes.
It does, yeah?
When
So
applying it to God, because you can't take the Trinity and apply it to
you're
anything
saying
else.
right, no problem. So you're saying the three fundamental laws of logic, the law of non-contradiction,
Yep.
the law of identity, the law of excluded middle, you're saying the Trinity is in line with that, right?
Could you explain the law of excluded middle first?
Yeah, so the law of excluded middle will come to that. The two things that I'm mostly going to be focusing on are the law of non-contradiction and the law of identity. Yeah? Do you know the law of identity?
Yeah, like your own distinct, like you have your own identity from him.
No, in the sense that A equals B equals C. For example, if A equals B
Yeah.
and B equals C, that implies A equals C. That. So you think the Trinity is in line with that, right? So if the Father is God
Yep.
and the Son is God, then
Holy Spirit.
the Father should be equal to the Son, right? According to the law of identity. So the Father is God, the Son is God, so the Father should equals the Son. Do you accept that? That the Father equals the Son?
It depends on what aspect of God you're talking about. If it's his distinctive persons, or if it's his nature, his essence.
I'm talking about the essence.
The essence, they are one in essence, yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that the Father is God
Yep,
in essence. Son is God.
in essence.
Then the Father should equal the Son according to the law of identity.
In essence. So not in persons.
Right, but when you say they're the same in essence,
Yep.
what do you mean?
In their will, in their nature. Okay, so how do I say it? You are, I guess, one, right?
Yep.
But is your spirit your flesh?
Nope.
Others. But it's still a part of you, right? So I guess it's the attributes that are different, but you in essence in one are different.
The only
same
problem
way-
with the human aspect, where you mentioned the human body, the spirit, and the soul, is if you use that same analogy when it comes to the Trinity, you fall into partialism.
How so?
Because the spirit is not you, is it? It's a part of you, right? So if you're making parts,
But you can't have my spirit without me.
right, so it's a part of you to exist. So your body is not you, but it's a part of you.
Your body, you.
Sorry, one more time?
Yeah, so because your body is different to your spirit, which is different to your soul, which are three different things.
Yep.
Your spirit is not you, your body is not you, your soul is not you. All three together make you. So you fall into partialism if you use the same analogy when it comes to the Trinity.
It is me and it's a part of me, but I can't be me without having either one of these.
So when you say Jesus is God, when you say Jesus is the Father, in what sense?
In essence, in nature, in will.
Yeah, so what do you mean essence?
In their will.
So I'll give you an example, yeah? You are a human being in essence. He's a human being in essence. I'm a human being in essence. How many human beings are there?
Three.
But you already acknowledge that we are one in essence. Why did you still say three?
We are humans, but
You understood what I'm saying, yeah?
one more time, please.
So if we're talking about counting in essence,
Yeah.
you're one human essence, but you didn't say one, you said three. But when it comes to Father, Son, Holy Spirit, you don't say three, you say one. So why is the counting different here to there?
My response to that would be that we are all humans, but we don't have the exact same essence. We have something that makes us unique, which is our spirit and our soul and our body. We all have it, but not in the exact same way. We all have our flesh.
The fact that we're human beings, that's something that has to be the same for us to be classified as a human being, right?
The same but different. We may have distinctive features such as skin tone, facial hair, but that doesn't.
You're confusing two things. One is the essence, yeah? The essence of what makes us a human being, yeah? 2 eyes, a nose, 2 arms, 2 legs. But if somebody comes with 8 legs, they're not a human being, yeah? If somebody comes with no head, that's not a human being, right? So there are certain essential attributes. Hair color, the size of the ears, you're absolutely right. Those are other attributes. I'm talking about the essential attributes. The essential, the thing that makes us human being is the same. Otherwise, we're not a human then. If I have something different about my essence of a human being, I'm not a human being now because it's different to the thing that unites us as human beings. Do you see? So similarly, what I'm saying is that why is the counting different here than with God?
Because for me, it's not just the essence, but it's the will too. We have 3 separate wills, which is why I would classify.
I'm not talking about the wills, that's fair enough. I'm talking about the essential attributes of God. What makes God God? Yeah? For example, can God be God without him being the all-knowing? Do you see? So that's an essential attribute, right? But God, for example, for kindness, like we can also have kindness. Do you see? So there are certain things that are unique to the essence of God. That's what makes him God. I'm saying similarly, we have an essence that makes us a human being. So similarly, we're very quick to say 3 people, but when it comes to Father, who's divine, right? He's a divine being who's a person. Correct? The Son is a divine being and a person. The Holy Spirit is a divine being and a person. Person, being. How many people? 3 people. regardless of their essence. Yeah, because our counting method is you go to the gym, you see 10 people there. Yes, they have their own essence, but if you're employed and you're told take a register and you write one person, you're fired, right? You see? So I guess what I'm trying to highlight over here is there's special pleading that we use when it comes to the Trinity. Because on the one hand, there's a distinction made between the essence and the person. But surely a different person is a different person. Yeah? So Jesus is different to the Holy Spirit, is different to the Father, right? Three are different. They are divine. And divine is what makes you God. So they are three different gods.
Right, but you can't take, like you said, there's fundamental things, which is also, the will is a fundamental thing of every person.
Okay, let's deal with something fundamental. I can prove to you that there is something fundamental in all three of them, but it's different. And if it's different, it makes them a different God, right? If the essential attribute is different, would you agree?
If one of their essential attributes is different from one another.
Yes, it means that because there's an essential attribute of what God is, right? You can identify what God is through the essential attributes, just like you can identify a human by his essential attributes, right? Similarly, if there are three individuals and they have different essential attributes, that would mean they're three different gods, right?
If there's three people, we have three.
If there are three divine beings with different essential attributes.
What do you mean by different essential attributes?
Something that makes them God. Something completely different that the other one doesn't have.
Well,
That shouldn't be possible, right?
like if one of them was all loving, but then the other one wasn't.
No. That's not an essential attribute because you would argue that all three of them are all loving. Do you see? So what I'm trying to show you is that if I give you an attribute that makes the Father, the Son, but they are essential. They're not secondary attributes. They are primary and essential attributes. Would you agree that having different essential attributes makes you a different God?
It's kind of a contradiction when you say different essential attributes, because essential means that all of them would need to have them in order to be God.
Very good. So you understand the predicament that if the essential attributes are different, then they must be different, right? Essentially, in terms of the divine nature. The Father is unbegotten, right? By definition. The Father cannot be begotten, can he? It's essential for the Father to be a Father that he is unbegotten. The Son is begotten, but the Son cannot beget. The Father must beget, but the Son must not beget. Essentially, right? For the Son to be considered the Son, he has to beget. With me? The Holy Spirit is spirated from either the Father or the Son, right? For the Holy Spirit to be the Holy Spirit, it has to come from the Father and the Son, right? So these are different essential attributes. So the Father has to be unbegotten, the Son has to be begotten, and the Holy Spirit has to be spirated. So these are three different essential attributes, which implies three different gods.
No.
He's
cornered you.
The Father can't be begotten. The Son has to be begotten.
And the Holy Spirit has to be spirated.
I guess it plays. I don't know how to respond exactly to your question, but something that I do have on my mind is that I guess it's the role that each of them.
It's not a role, it's an essential attribute. That's why I use the word essential attribute, not role.
But God is omnipotent.
1 second, let me see what he's going to say.
He's ambushed you.
But I have to go in like 2 minutes. So
It's up to you, bro. It's not like I'm not coming with a. I just want you to think.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off mid-sentence, that's all.
No problem, bro. Like I said, I'm not here to make you feel uncomfortable. I went with the premises that you said, that you believe it's logically coherent, you believe in essential attributes, you believe in, other attributes, and I'm saying they are three different persons, three different beings with three different essential attributes. That implies they are three different gods.
I understand.
Can I come in?
That's all I wanted
Yeah,
to
I'm
say.
tapping out for
Can
now.
I come in?
He's tapping out for now. You can
Jesus
come in.
proved